Hello and welcome to this introduction video on UK HMRC's Making Tax Digital with SAP Advanced Compliance Reporting. We'll start off with looking at configuration of reports within the interface itself. The starting point is to create a new reporting entity, which we will call in this case UK VAT for MTD. And we'll give that a description, which is our legal entity for the demonstration itself. The next step for myself now at this stage is to provide a reporting category, and in this case it's for the UK requirements, and therefore we select GB VAT DCL. Once we've done that, we also provide the security authentication. In this case, I will add myself to be able to run through the end-to-end process that we're going to be looking at. And finally, we provide an assignment for the reporting level. And this is now confirming that the VAT registration that we're going to submit to has a right company code from your core accounting processes that will populate the VAT information going to the HMRC. So I'm going to save that, and that's now all in place. And therefore, I can see that I can now go and configure my reporting category. This is defining the specific validity of the return I will be doing. So in my case, I'll give it the active from and active to date, followed by the ability to then start providing additional information like, is it going to be monthly in terms of periodicity? When is the financial year start date? And also any additional indicators that I want to have defined as part of my reporting process. The last step within my configuration stage here is to then assign specific VAT registered company to this reporting entity. And this then creates the final step and ensures I have a fully complete reporting entity created for submission itself. Now, the next step for me here is to now configure the submission process itself. So the step one would be ensuring that I have my submission unit authenticated with the HMRC itself. So here's an example where I'm now going to the HMRC portal that clearly understands I'm coming from an SAP solution itself, and then logging in to my specific credentials that I have with the HMRC and confirming I am enabling the ERP process from SAP. I have authentication and I get an access token confirming this. And the final step for me now is the VAT report generation process. So I now go in and select my specific return that I need to complete. In my case, this is overdue, so I'm going to go and start running that. I'm confirming that it's coming from the right company code and now ensures it's work in progress. Now, once this has been generated, I should be able to now analyze the detail behind what's going to go to the HMRC before I prepare it for submission. So here's an example of the 9 boxes rendered that will be going to the HMRC. And at the same time, I'm able to also clearly see what is going on from an analytics perspective by using the analytics button there, and prompts me and gives me additional detail behind, firstly, what my tax return is made up of, and then going to the multidimensional view itself. So I can now see the breakdown of my 9 boxes and all the detail that will be going to the HMRC from here. So it's giving you all the flexibility to analyze by the level of detail you need to understand the right transactions have gone in to the return itself. And also, if you have any queries, very easy to come and start chopping and changing the dimensions and analyzing that further. You can now see some examples here of taking my data that I already have as part of the submission and turning that into specific analytics, and also bringing in smart insights to explain detail around specific tax codes that we're looking at, specific tax boxes that we might be concerned about, and giving you additional detail behind every one of these. And therefore, it's a user-driven approach here where you are able to do any level of analytics you need to and drill in and drill out of the detail that's going to be submitted outwards. The final step for us now is to prepare the submission to the HMRC itself. And in this case, I now select the return, confirm that I'm happy with the prompt that comes up to ensure that the HMRC received this information. And there we go. Once submitted, you get a return back from the HMRC confirming that it has been received. And therefore, you now have a full audit trail all the way from the data coming into the process all the way through to the submission and full audit trail and compliance behind the MTD process. Thank you.